Today, let's explore a project here. Standard whiskey glass, however, they're not so standard. You're going to have to measure the diameter of these in order to get it to fit. But essentially, this is the starting stage of our whiskey smoker. And we will set up all these different tool paths in order to make sure that it all fits nice and snug. So let's go ahead and start looking at the paperwork, and then we'll start milling this out. All right, so I have drawn out my system here, and what I essentially have is 150 millimeters by 115 millimeters, knowing that 57.5 will be my center point, and that's just what I'm going to reference all of the time. One of the first things I want to do, just to make sure that the wood has a nice clean top surface to that, is I'm just going to go ahead and face that. I'm going to use tool 3. I'm going to go ahead and set up my X start at 0, my X end at 115. Depth of cut will be 1 millimeter. And again, that's all we're trying to do is just face off that top. Again, Y start 115 and a Y end at 0. We'll do a 0.75 step over, and that'll be fine for what we're trying to accomplish here. We're going to run this at about 700 millimeters per minute. But I may scale back to 600. So we'll work that slide for just a little bit and see how that works. Our Z start is going to be at 0. We're going to end at a -1. And that'll take care of everything that we've got. I'm just going to go ahead 8 mils clearance over the top of it because I'm using a different system. I'm not using the high clamps. I'm just using the edge bite clamps on this, and we'll take a look at setting that up here in just one moment. We'll have a Z feed just plunging down at about 75 millimeters. So that's going to be our first process, is just to face off and flatten out. All right, so here's my file. I have the facing that I want to do. It's 115 millimeters. I'm going to go ahead and load that and just check it, just make sure. That looks exactly what I want to do. But if we want to go back and make any changes or just double check what we have, we'll go back to File. We'll already know that we need to do our conversational edit. Come in here, we'll hit that button again. And here's all of our specs for what we've got. So we're going in a spiral pattern. We've got X start 0, we've got an X end at 115, Y start 115, 0.75 start over, or step over, pardon me. And then obviously we're just going to go down 1 millimeter. Again, tool 3, 15,000 RPM, 600. And if I want to go faster in terms of my feed rate, I can do that at any time. So we're essentially working the same parameters. I can go in, double check, that looks good. If I needed to do a save as, I can, but right now I haven't changed anything, so we're just going to go ahead and close it. Go back to the main page because I didn't change anything. It doesn't need to reload. So let's go ahead and make sure that we're ready to run this. So here's my setup. I just have a piece of maple. I can tell that this side is pretty rough, so that'll be the side that I think I want to recess down. However, this, I'm just going to go ahead and face the top of it. I'm just going to go ahead and set this up. This is not normally the thickness I would use. If I were using this for a lid, I could do that. But we're just going to be able to block this in against my stop, and I'm going to use my low profile clamps in order to put that together. So let's go ahead and set that up. All right, so we've got this snug. I like the low profiles. That way you just don't hit anything when you're moving or jogging, if you will, your spindle. So we've got one that's working on pressing down, and the other two are just stabilizing it in place. So let's go ahead and set up a work coordinate offset, and let's get on to Path Pilot. All right, so the program's loaded. We're ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my feed rate is down to about 20-25%. I'll go ahead and do single block, and I will go ahead and start this. So we'll probably cut a little air here on the first side, and then it'll come through and hit the other side. All right, so now we've got some good engagement going on. Again, we're only at a 25% step over, 0.25 mils in a sense. Now, with that being said, I'm really listening to the spindle motor as it's going through. Right now, we're going with the grain as it's working in the Y motion. However, in the X direction, it'll be going across the grain. So I want to listen to this spindle. Right now, we're only doing 400 millimeters per minute, and I think we can at least go 550, if not 650 millimeters. So we're going to listen, and I'm going to bump this up, and I'm going to listen to that spindle motor. I'm 550 right there. There's 625. So the cross grain is where you'll tend to hear the motor bog just a little bit as it's going through the climb cut. And if I don't hear a bog, I'm going to go ahead and bump that up even faster. Right there, we're at 700 millimeters a minute. So I'm just going to run with this right now. All right, so we faced everything off. We had just done that file right there. Now what I want to do is I want to do my circular profile, the outside edge. I have one for 115. This other one is a slightly smaller piece of wood if I was trying to be a little bit more conservative, but I wanted to make sure that I have enough space around it. That way I'm not running into any of my clamps. So we can see here what we've got in terms of our profile that we're going to do. And this will give us our initial depth of the larger piece. And then we're going to come back and continue working on this. So let's go ahead and set that up. So again, we have a step over of 0.85, so just a little bit more aggressive. Again, our X start 0, X end 115. However, what we're really working on is a 92 millimeter diameter. And we've got our center at 57.5. So these will be the elements to keep this centered. And then we're going to go a -10 because I really want a depth. We'll have a pocket on the bottom for the rim of the glass, and we'll be able to get that 2 millimeters. So we'll have an overall thickness of 8 mils, but when we flip it over, I'll show you what it is that we're talking about. We're going to keep all of this data the same. So we're just going to go ahead and finish. I didn't make any changes, so I don't need to save anything. I can take a look at what it's going to be. That looks fine. Go ahead and hit close. We don't have to reload because it's already doing that for us. G21, fantastic. So this looks like we're ready to run the program. All right, so we're -1 millimeters from the top. And what we need to do is we're going to cut the outer profile before we start working on the inside. So let's go ahead and run that operation. Again, creating that outer profile, 92 millimeters overall diameter. And we're going to go 11 millimeters deep in order to create that lip. All right, so we need to cut our recess here, as well as our complete pocket. But how do we figure that out first? So I did pick up a couple of different types of, if you will, sink strainers. And these are for like bathrooms. They're not for kitchen sinks. So they're really small. This one had a lot of taper to it. And I wasn't sure that that's really what I wanted to be working with. And then I thought the chips a little bit more would potentially fall down in. Again, I'm not sure that this one is any better, but I did like, if you will, the rectangular shape when you're looking at the side view of this. It just seemed to be a little bit tighter and cleaner, and I thought that would be a little bit better for me. But you can find all different types of sink strainers at Amazon or any hardware store as well. So one of the first things we need to do is we need to figure out, okay, what is our depth just on the ring itself? So we need to start looking at that. We're going to run the little recess for that stainless steel drop insert, and it happens to be about 50 millimeters in diameter. So I've already taken the measurements. We're going to go ahead and get this set up. So on this, we're just working on a pocket, circular. It'll have a diameter of 50.5, step over a 0.9. We're down already at a start at -1 millimeter. So I'm just going to take it to 0.8 based off of the thickness of that metal. So a -1.8 will be my Z end. And again, I'm going to keep all of my parameters over here pretty much the same. When it's talking about drilling, it wants to know where will this be located in terms of my XY coordinate. I want it right in the center of this whole block. So 57.5, 57.5 for both X and Y respectively. Make sure you always go back to your pocket, do your saves here, and then we're ready to move along. Didn't change anything, so it will just come up. Here are some of my notes in terms of these end mills, because we're going from tool 3 to tool 10. Here I have, make sure you change that end mill. You can either, again, set it at 0, because when you zero out, either you're zeroing out at the level of what has been faced, and then you can run from there. I did run this with 5/4 material, 25 millimeters down into it, just to get a little bit deeper. Again, putting a little bit more depth down into the glass in order to help the smoke resonate down into it. It's kind of cool to see how the ice will actually kind of just pull that smoke down into it. All right, so our last profile pocket that we need to create is the deep inner one. So I have a shallow one at B, and then C for the 115 mil. We're going to go ahead and load this up so we can take a look at it. And that's that inner depth. And I can see that I've got a status error, and I have a feeling it's because I have tool 3 in here and not tool 10. I haven't changed that yet. So that's going to be one of the things that I need to do. Again, it's going to be very similar to the other data input that we had put in. So let's just go through that real fast, take a look at it. We won't waste too much time. So under conversational, again, we've got a 30 millimeter diameter pocket. We're also going to go back to the same 57.7, pardon me, 57.5, 57.5 for XY. I'll show that here in just a second. I'm going to go a -25, or basically an inch down. Again, depth of cut, we'll just go 1 millimeter at a time. And if I want to change that to 2 mils, I could potentially do that, especially in terms of how it does its spiral cutting. It would be quite all right in order to do that. Again, if I look at my XY coordinates, that's what I've got in terms of the middle of the block of wood. So we'll go ahead and finish that. I didn't change anything, just want to double check, it looks good. Go ahead and close. And then we need to come back here. Since I didn't change anything, I don't have any errors, but I do need to change the bit, the end mill. So we need to do that and then run it. All right, now there's a couple of things I forgot to show. I still had tool number 3 in there, and I did the outer ring for the insert. It's only down 0.8 millimeters in terms of overall depth, if I remember correctly. We'll go back and look at that. I did swap out to tool 10, which is a 2-flute, and it happens to be a long one. So I did chuck it up all the way to where the shoulder is in the collet. And now I'm running it because this is going to go 25 millimeters deep. So again, we've got a 2-flute. We're spinning this at, again, 15,000 RPM, and we're right now at about 775 millimeters per minute as we're doing this bore, or this pocket, circular pocket, on this whiskey smoker. I'll vacuum and clean that up as soon as this is done. All right, let's take a look at what we've got in process so far. So we've done basically the top side. We've recessed, if you will, our pocket for the depth, which is 10 millimeters. We did our inset ring so that this fits in there. However, we also did our deep cut, and now our filter is going to be able to hold all those shavings. So our top side is done. We're going to go ahead and take this out. We are going to then put it into our base clamp, because now we have to be able to clamp the circular portion, and we can now then take care of the bottom side. So let's go ahead and unmount this and remount it upside down to do the bottom side of the whiskey smoker.